If you caught my mentoring series, then you know one of those things that I really like to check in with everyone on is if you have the time to dedicate to your business venture while still having a personal life. Here's some habits to put in place so that way you can manage your time.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
What's up, icons? It's the iconic fashion figure, and today we're jumping right into some time management habits, with habit number 1 being set a specific time to work on your business needs. So just like any other job where you have a set schedule of when you're supposed to work, do that for your business ventures as well. Even if you have to start out maybe part-time hours, work up to full-time hours, and if you have to, use a clock in and out system as well, which I do use one, so I'll go ahead and put that on the screen of the clock in and out system that I use, so that way I can manage my time to make sure I'm working at least 8 hours a day, but I'm also making sure I don't go too far over those 8 hours. I try to cap myself at 10, which doesn't always work. I usually go way over 10, but I use that system, the clocking in and out, so that way I can manage my time that's being spent on work versus my personal life as well. Not only can I set a schedule in there so I can know the amount of hours to work, I can set a specific time that I want to actually make sure I'm taking my lunch, and the amount of time taking my lunch tells me my productivity, so how much I was actually working in those times, because it actually tracks your movement as you are working. So like if I'm logged in on my computer, it's tracking my work on the computer, as well as you can use it on like a tablet or phone as well, because there is a mobile app. This has helped me a lot when it comes to managing my time. Habit number 2, use the first 10 to 15 minutes of your day to just plan out what it is you need to do for the day. Me personally, I actually like to do this the night before. So once I've gotten everything done that I needed to do that day, or maybe I didn't finish things, I write things down of what I need to do the next day. So if there's something I didn't finish, definitely want to make sure I get it done the next day. If I know I have a deadline the next day, I make sure to write it down to make sure it's completed. So I tend to do that the next day, so that way the next day I'm not walking in and completely confused on what I need to do, because then I tend to waste time when I don't know what it is that I need to do for the day. But then that next morning, I still take that first 10 to 15 minutes to review what it was that I wrote down the day before, kind of plan out how I want my day to go, so I can prioritize what needs to be done first, what can wait till the end of the day, those type of things. And you guys know I use a planner, so I definitely sit there in my planner while I have my tea and just kind of plan out my day for that day. And if there's one tip I can give you when it comes to prioritizing your work and planning out your day, I always recommend doing the hardest thing first. That way it's out of the way. You're not thinking about it all day while you're trying to do other things. You just have it done, and your day will flow a lot better after the hard things are done. The next habit is key. So habit number 3, learn to delegate or automate some of your tasks when necessary. So there's some things that we can automate, especially this day and age. Technology has really advanced where there's a lot of things we don't need to sit there and actually do in the moment. We can automate it, such as scheduling social media posts, scheduling emails, even emails when we're interacting with customers. We can schedule those to be sent out later. It doesn't even have to be an email campaign. A lot of things can be scheduled and automated, so that way it can be done on its own. But also learn to delegate work if you can. So if there's work that you know you need to get done, but you have too much going on in the day, find someone that can help you and let them take over some of those easier tasks, so that way you can focus on other things. That might not come in the beginning stages of you starting your business venture, but it's something you'll want to learn to do over time. Don't skip that habit. Habit number 4, I definitely had to learn this one, and this is to leave buffer time in between meetings or tasks that you're planning out for the day. I had the bad habit of always planning things back to back. So I know by this time task 1 is done, by this time task 2, and then I gotta jump into a meeting, and then I have task 3 right after that. But things don't always go according as planned. So leave that buffer time in between tasks, and even if you don't need that buffer time, it at least allows you, 5-10 minutes to take a breather, so that way you're not overworking yourself. When something does come up or things run behind, then by the end of the day you feel like you didn't even get everything done because you fell off of schedule. So leave that buffer time in between your tasks and meetings. Number 5, if you haven't done so already, definitely find some sort of motivation or inspiration to keep you going, because things will get tough from time to time and you'll need something to just push you to keep going. There's so many ways to find motivation, but find what works best for you. And lastly, tip number 6, show yourself some grace. There's going to be times where you won't complete everything, you're going to miss deadlines, you're going to feel overwhelmed and overworked. Show yourself some grace, take those breaks if you need to, because we all need breaks. We're humans, we're not robots. So be kind to yourself, show yourself some compassion. Of course, don't be too easy on yourself where you're just now becoming lazy and not doing what it is you need to do, but don't beat yourself up if you can't get everything done in the day. So those are my 6 time management habits that I'm encouraging and challenging all of you to try to implement in 2023, because it truly does help. Those small little things that might seem tiny to you will actually help you persevere. So definitely try to implement those into your day-to-day habits. And remember, habits do take time to catch on to. That's it for this week's video. Thank you guys for watching.